What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I want to start off this video by saying it was a big week in the markets, guys. It truly was a big week in the markets. Now, if you've been watching the last couple of videos, that should come as no surprise to you because I did tell you exactly what we were going to do in the markets. And if that plays out, that results in a massive, massive week, all right? As a matter of fact, I'm going to start off the video by talking about how the week has gone for myself and those who are over at the Patreon, right? To give you guys a little bit of inspiration, but also let you know what opportunities are actually out there in the markets, what you can actually do for yourselves by taking advantage of what the market gives you every week. It is massive. There's a massive opportunity that not enough people take advantage of, which is why I do this content to spread the knowledge and spread the understanding of the huge potential that is there for you for the taking. It really is. And you're going to see that. And then I'm going to talk to you guys about how the markets are positioned, what the markets are telling us, what we can infer from the markets for next week, what positions, opportunities are available for us. Because there are some opportunities that are brewing right now. And again, they are there for the taking. If you have the understanding and the knowledge and the know-how and what the market is telling you, then you can take advantage of that. All right. So firstly, though, I got to show you what we got up to this week just past. Now, this is for inspirational purposes only. Believe me, it is to show you guys the potential and the power behind the markets, because not enough people realize that and understand that, because not enough people actually see the results that are generated from the markets. Okay, people that make a lot of money from the markets, they don't actually come on and spread the word. They just keep it silent. They win in silence, which is what I did do for a long time. But I actually just like showing you guys what is actually going on in these markets, to be honest with you. All right, so firstly, we have, in fact, let me just show you what I'm working with. All right, so this was a trade that I took this week just gone. Posted this trade over at the Patreon. I actually gave you guys a preliminary update at the beginning of the week, and I believe it was up 8,000. I did tell you guys I'm going to circle back and show you guys what we're dealing with at the end of the week. All right, so we are looking at $24,700 gain on this trade. Yes, that's correct, guys. That is a big win. That's not the first time I've shared a win like that with you guys. This happens consistently and regularly. It's all just because I'm able to understand the story of the market, what the market is telling us, and what it's going to be doing next in the next couple of days. All right. There are thousands of people out there who have this same ability that I do, that win in the magnitude that I do. They just don't show it to you. So there is massive potential out there. You just have to take advantage of it, guys. You really do just have to take advantage of what the markets are giving you on a weekly basis. It is enormous. I can't really express it to you in any other way. So that's a massive win. As a matter of fact, I actually did tell you guys, still not going to share this with you. The patrons know, right? The patrons know what trade this is. But a couple of videos ago, I actually did mention this name to you. So if you had been watching the channel, you would know exactly what stock this is. This is an options trade on a particular stock, right? That's why the returns are massive. But you would know, if you're watching the videos, you know exactly what stock this is. Because again, the patrons know exactly what one this is. That's why I should suggest you guys should jump in the Patreon if you're not already there. All right, guys made a lot of money on this. As a matter of fact, it's not only me that did exceptionally well this week. All right, we have just one of our Patreon members. There was tons of messages. I'm gonna share one with you guys. It goes, nice. I sold for a 90% plus on NVDL puts earlier. Again, one of the Patreon plays. Sold Miracles yesterday for a 40% gain. Sold TQQQ for 40%. This is all in like 1 week, right? These are big numbers. Again, this is just an everyday normal person making 90%, 40%, 40% on their plays on a consistent basis. Thing is, if you do that over and over time, the wins stack up, the amount that you're winning stacks up, your account value stacks up, and then the overall return that you make stacks up and increases. So when I show you, a 24,000 profit on a trade, that's because I've been doing this for some time, and the balance and the account has just stacked up and grown and grown and grown. Okay, so we have this member here who's on his journey. He will be in that position where he's making tens of thousands down the line because his account balance is just accumulating, right? That's just what you call compounding. It's incredible. It's an incredible place to be. You guys are all on your journey. You're just at different stages. You will all get there if you just consistently do it, consistently execute on the markets. You will get there, right? There are massive things coming for you guys. And it was also, I highly suggest you guys definitely jump in the Patreon. Link for that is down below. We do this week in, week out, all right? Without a doubt, without fail. Come rain or shine, this is what we do. That being said, guys, let's take a look at what the markets are giving us this week, okay? I'm gonna start off by looking at the overall market. It's a good place to start. It kind of sets the tone, sets the scene for what we should truly be expecting. Okay, it gives us a top level view, high level view. That just means like an overview, by the way. And then what we can infer some high level information. We can go down the chain. So look at some constituents of the index and see if they are telling us the same thing or something different. And then that's how we can ensure that we are doing the right thing. Okay. That's how I do it. That's how I suggest you guys do it. So, in the simplest terms, when it comes to the market, you want a price level at which, if the market is above that, it is good. It is strong. It is a place where you should expect markets to go higher from. If there's a price level and it drops below that, that is a sign where you should expect it to go even lower, right? You should always have a level like that. Now for me, that level on the NASDAQ is 20,150. If we're above that level, I know we are going to be in a position of strength. I know that we have the ability to move higher. If we go below that, I know that we have the ability to go lower, all right? That's just a very kind of basic way of looking at it. If you have this very, very basic way of looking at it, then it basically just allows you to know what side of the trade you want to be on. Because most people don't even know if they're long or they're short, and it causes a whole heap of confusion. So right now we're actually above that. We're above that 20,150 level on the NASDAQ, which means that we are in a good position. The problem is with the markets, okay? So then this is the next thing. If you're able to identify problems. So firstly, you have a level, and a level which tells you some sort of information about the market, whether it's good or bad. And then you actually want to see if you can identify any problems. The problem here is that we have been trading for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days without going anywhere, okay? So this means that we are in an accumulation phase, a sideways moving phase for the NASDAQ and for the rest of the market, right? That could be a sign of weakness. That could also be a sign that we are getting ready to go higher. So what does this mean? It means that it throws in ambiguity into the equation. It throws some uncertainty, some unknown into the dynamic. Now, because of that, it means that you can't really go guns blazing. You can't be like, okay, you can't have full force conviction. Sometimes I come on here with full force conviction. Full force. You guys have seen it, right? That's not the tone today. Today I'm a bit like, yeah, yeah, markets, looking a little bit tricky here. That's just part of the game, all right? So the fact that we've been accumulating for 8 days, haven't moved anywhere, it throws some uncertainty into the equation. You got to respect the market as well, right? That's part of why I hit these wins, because I have the utmost respect for the market. When it's throwing me a curveball or a question mark, I recognize that and I appreciate that. That's what we should do. So market's kind of telling us two things at the moment, and they're two kind of conflicting things, which means that you may not make a trade this week. You may not do anything. You may wait to see if there's any more information revealed. So what would that information look like? Well, simply we get above this struggle phase and move into the 20,600, 20,700 type of area. And if we're able to do that, then what we've had done is we've unlocked some more upside potential. Okay, this is all part of just building that story. If you're able to kind of understand what the market's inferring to you, you can do exceptionally well, right? So now all of you have a good understanding of what the overall market is telling us. All of you have a good picture. All of you guys know what is going on now. Now, if you kind of just drill down, right, this is what most people don't do, all right? Even if people look at the overall, this is what they don't do. They don't actually now look at the constituents, because they give you more granular information. So they give you more detailed information. So if I'm looking at one of the largest constituents in the market, which is Apple, what's Apple doing? Well, Apple is struggling to make a new all-time high. Apple is struggling. It has tried on the 15th of October. It tried. It failed. On Friday's session, it tried. It failed to break into the 240s or 239, 240s. That would make it a new all-time high. So this is what's going on behind the scenes. If something is struggling, that isn't a good sign. Okay. So Apple's not in the best place, but Apple gives us some very good information of how the market is positioned and what the market is telling us. It's struggling. All right. We can look at another name, which is another massive constituent. We got Nvidia. Well, what's Nvidia doing? Nvidia is struggling also, just like Apple, to break into a convincing all-time high level. Yeah, we know they kind of like poked his head above it during the week, as in that fresh high. But that doesn't mean anything. We need a convincing move, right? We need convincing action in this market. So again, it struggled just like Apple on the 14th and 15th, and struggled again on Friday's session. So you can kind of see the same story, the same picture. All right, we can do again. We can go to something that gives us information on a broader range. So something like, let's see, an ARK. Well, ARK is struggling to break through that peak that I put in on the 27th of September. So what you see here is a lot of struggle, right? A lot of struggle, a lot of adversity that's going on behind the scenes with these names to break into fresh high territory or break through peaks that it put in not too long ago. So what does this tell you? It tells you that you can't come out guns blazing full force in the market with your call options. It's as simple as that. All right, that's as easy as just broken it down to you guys. As a matter of fact, at this point in time, the best move looks like there may be some sort of pullback action. That doesn't mean some sort of severe downturn. It just means some days of red. That's what the market is telling us for next week. So where am I positioned? By the way, I may not even make a trade next week. Who knows? I don't know. We'll have to see. What I normally do, this is a bit of information for you guys. I normally just wait to see how Monday plays out, because Monday is often a curveball day. where they throw something in the mix that is there to put you off your game. So normally just wait to see what Monday does. So for example, if Monday is like a strong day where there's like green across the board but there's no like breaks, then I know that Tuesday is going to be a bad day. Or Tuesday is going to be a day where markets are going to move down. So Monday is often that trickery day. Friday is also the case, right? So that's why I never really trade on Mondays and Fridays. That's a little bit of extra for you guys. So it is looking like your put options may succeed next week, okay? Because there is no conviction in the markets moving higher. Now that could actually change on Monday. So this is the thing. If you're in the Patreon, you get that real-time information. Because on Monday, let's say we get these breaks and you get Apple into convincing all-time territory, Nvidia, then you know the market's actually going to go higher on Tuesday. Okay, so Monday is actually a very key day in terms of where we go. But what I will say to you guys is there are always going to be asset classes out there that are looking strong, asset classes out there that are looking weak. So even though the overall market doesn't look too convincing right now to move higher, if we look into the crypto space, things are looking very good. Okay, things are looking good for a name like Bitcoin. You can use that to your advantage in the stock market world. There are assets that are based off cryptocurrency, tons of them, right? They look very good right now. They look extremely good right now. So that is an area where if you're not taking advantage, you are definitely missing out on chunks and chunks and chunks of returns, for sure. So if you aren't already, you must take a look there. And if you want to know what we're doing, again, just hop into the Patreon and you'll see all the activity and all the things that we do over there in real time. Okay. So guys, that's the video for today. That will help you guys massively next week. Definitely drop down some comments below and I'll catch you guys next time.